You're listening to the Ripple Podcast. We joke and laugh a lot, but the content itself is serious, sometimes scary, graphic, and always true. This podcast is meant for mature audiences and includes subject matter and language that is not suitable for young listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Get Ripple, the bright new drink with that ring-a-ding flavor, Ripple.
Anything exciting to tell me?
Well, I thought we might catch up on why we weren't here last week.
Oh, yeah, let's start there. We took a week off, which we never do.
I don't think we've ever missed a week since we've started releasing episodes, right?
Right.
We've changed days a few times, but I don't think we've ever actually missed a week.
Skipped an entire week.
Yeah.
We skipped an entire week last week.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about why.
Well, my house almost burned down again.
So
that was exciting. There was a fire. I live right next to a riverbed, but there's hardly ever water in the riverbed. And maybe 1 month out of the year, there might be a little trickle.
No, it's just a place where people go hiking or dirt bike riding.
You mean where people go cook meth and build homeless encampments?
Well, that too.
Well, anyway, it erupted in flames. It was a super windy day. We have Santa Ana's this time of year.
Crazy Santa Ana's.
And if you're not from California, just imagine walking outside into a blow dryer.
No, not a blow dryer. 40 blow dryers.
Right. That's pretty much what it feels like. It's hot, it's windy, it's miserable, everything is dry, and it's perfect for fires.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that was exciting. I was about an hour and a half away from home when I got the alert on my phone that there was a brush fire right by my house. So I had to call up Rosa.
I answered.
To go get my dogs.
And I got in the car and went. I grabbed my mom. We started driving to Angela's house, and I took a little video of the fire in the Branca or the river, and it was big. I counted probably 14 fire trucks that were just ready and waiting to put out any flames, but it was a big fire. If you go and look at our Instagram, I posted a video of it just to kind of show you guys what we were dealing with.
Yeah.
Because it was not a good night for podcasting.
Yeah. And I was having a mental breakdown about an hour and a half away from home. And then I keep calling Rosa to get an update. And she won't give me one, which you should know that. Because every time I asked you what was going on, you're like, I'll talk to you later. I'll call you later. And then you would click on me. I'm like, okay, great. That sounds really reassuring.
I would tell you everything was fine. We're good. We got it under control. I'll call you back.
Uh-huh.
We're good. We got it under control. I'll give you a call in a minute. Hang on. I'll call you in a little while. We're good. I always would say we're good. We got it.
Yeah. So
your animals were safe. Your house was safe.
Yeah, we did have to evacuate, and we didn't have power for 2 days after that. We weren't supposed to go back to the house, but we did anyway, and slept on the floor and looked out because we have a big picture window in our living room, so we could wake up and watch outside,
the fire,
see what's going on.
We didn't have power for 3 days.
Yeah, which is kind of ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but they shut it off as a preventative because the winds are so severe in case it snapped a power line. It didn't.
So yeah, that's why we weren't here. That's why we didn't record.
And you think we're kidding when we say California is always on fire?
Yeah, don't move here. It's really
the taxes are out of control.
It's just not a good time. Also, since we weren't here, we invited all of you guys to watch a video.
Oh, yeah, PodCon.
So, Rosa, why don't you tell our listeners how that went down?
Oh, my gosh. You guys. So, if you have listened to more than 2 of our episodes, you probably have figured out that, yes, Angela and I are sisters. And we have a lot of similarities, but we also have a lot of differences. Angela is, and I've mentioned this before, Angela is the structured one. She has a calendar that she follows. She has an alarm that she wakes up to and that tells her to go to bed. She follows rules.
A schedule.
A schedule.
I don't like surprises.
I
like
them.
to be prepared for things.
I don't
like
plan anything.
I don't like to be late to things.
I'm always late to everything.
I want to be ready. I need to mentally prepare conversations, rehearse them in my head many times before I actually execute these conversations.
Nope. You want to go here? Sure, let's go. That's me.
So how'd it go down, Rosa?
So I had planned this live, which we have never done before, video podcast, which we have also never done before, on this Facebook group called Pod VCom, and it's the V is for virtual because COVID. Anyways, so we were scheduled to go on. We had a time slot. I did the math where we converted it to Pacific Standard Time versus Eastern. I had all that ready. It was good to go. And then I realized it was a day earlier. And when I realized it was a day earlier, it was actually that day. And not only was it that day, but it was supposed to happen in like an hour and a half?
An hour. About an hour.
So I said, Angela, we're supposed to be live on the podcast in an hour. And yeah, surprise.
Yeah. So that was an adventure. I didn't think we were going to make it on time.
We did, and we were fun.
I looked like a freaking garbage panda.
Like a raccoon?
Yeah. I looked awful. I was totally not prepared.
I will say that neither of us were looking like I mean, we looked like we would just hung out all day, which we did. I don't even think I brushed
went
my
to
hair.
work all day.
Oh no!
And then I just got back from scooping manure for like an hour.
Well, they couldn't smell you. That was okay. Yeah, it was fun though, right? It was kind of fun.
It was fine. I was super drunk. That's the embarrassing part because I won't go back and watch it because I had already, so I was done with work and everything. I was like ready to just start my evening. It was a Friday night. I had a couple of glasses of wine in me. Rosa tells me that we have this freaking PodCon thing to do and we have to go record a video. So I take a shot of, I don't know what, you gave me a shot of something.
Well, and then when we got to where we were going, you had one of those like icy drinks. What are those called? Like an adult otter pop.
Yeah, they're like alcoholic water pops. Water pops? Otter pops. Yeah, had one of those and then like 2 hard ciders.
And I had to drive your ass home.
You did. I slept on the couch that night.
Did you really?
I got home. I immediately threw myself on the couch and I did not get up until the next morning.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, because of that, though, we did decide that we wouldn't mind. I shouldn't say decide. We discussed possibly adding video to our podcast.
Yeah, I mean, if you've watched the video, you've now seen us both at our absolute worst. So, like,
it can't get any. Yeah.
It only goes up from there. So, yeah.
But it makes, as I throw my hand in the air, it makes us realize how much of our storytelling is facial features and our movements and just our interaction other than our voices.
I had no idea, and maybe this is because I was drunk, but I had no idea how many like facial expressions I make in the series of recording this.
Yeah. No. It's pretty comical. No one ever said this was serious broadcasting. This is all fun and games.
You're telling me this now?
Oh, sorry.
This isn't NPR?
Oh, shoot. I thought you knew.
Oh, man, as I drink my giant ass
I made
drink
you a
cocktail
Paloma.
that you made.
So Palomas are new to me. And I don't know why, because they're tasty. So like I said, I hope I made it right. But I picked a grapefruit from the yard. I made some simple syrup. I put in some tequila and just some carbonated water.
Yeah, I mean, it's different than the Palomas I've had. But it's probably one of those things where everybody has their own spin on it. Anytime I've had a Paloma, it's been tequila, squirt, and like a grapefruit squeeze.
So the sugar in the squirt is replacing the simple syrup in mine, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I mean, it's tasty.
Well,
you can't go wrong with tequila and
grapefruit.
Anything.
It's actually one of Texas's #1 alcoholic drinks.
Oh, I did not know that. That makes sense, though. I mean,
so that's why I made it, because tonight we are talking Texas. Do you want to hear a story?
I'm ready to hear a story. I was going to sing for you, but that's okay. I'll save it for later.
Please sing for me.
Oh, no.
I always sing.
I'll wait until the end. I'll do it for our last thought in a shot.
Okay. All right. So here are my sources. SanAntonioReport.org, TexasHillCountry.com, and WeirdUS.com.
Oh, I love that site. I've been going to that one a lot.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun.
It's really a good time.
If you want some fun reading to do, and you'll go down lots of wormholes, go to Weird US. So tonight, we are going to visit a place called Donkey Lady Bridge.
Wait. Did you already say?
I'm trying to be really serious.
Did you already say what your subject was? Because you said you were talking, or did I?
Oh, no, I didn't. I said
Okay.
Texas, and it's paranormal.
Paranormal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Paranormal, Texas. And we're going to Donkey Lady Bridge. She does not do donkey shows. It is just
Are
the
you
Donkey
sure
Lady
about that?
Bridge. Mm-hmm. I mean, no, I'm not even going to go there. The Donkey Lady Bridge. So it's the bridge that crosses Elm Creek via Applewhite Road. And it's approximately 4 miles north of Loop 1604 on the south side of San Antonio.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So in Texas, they have loops. And
Oh, you know what that means?
Oh, my
I don't.
God. Okay. It was the worst because when I went out to Texas,
I've never been.
I had no idea that this was a thing. So they have freaking freeways that are just like a big circle. So if you...
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all. It's almost like that whole idea of like a giant traffic circle on the level of a freeway. So
if you miss your exit, you just go
around again. Yeah. But when you're like, oh, I need to be on 182 South and I'm driving along and then all of a sudden I'm on 182 North and I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Yeah, it was really frustrating.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had no clue what that meant. I thought you were being sarcastic when you said, like, you knew what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. I hate them. And I love Texas. I really do.
I've never been.
Oh, man. The best brisket tacos.
I don't eat brisket.
I still dream about those tacos.
It's super flat, right? Everything's flat.
Mostly, yeah. But it depends on the part of Texas you're in.
Well, this is the part of Texas with the Donkey Lady Bridge.
Okay.
And here's a little bit about this Donkey Lady Bridge. So it's easy to find, like it's super well known, and a lot of people go there just because of the spookiness that it has behind it. So there's a few different versions of how the Donkey Lady Bridge got its name, and I'm going to kind of go through just a couple of them, and then you can pick your favorite.
Okay.
So most of the stories date all the way back to the 1800s, and one version is that there was this old farming family, and it was they were living near the area of the bridge, so somewhere right close to San Antonio area. And the husband gets super mad one night. Various reasons. People say that the wife was cheating, that he was just lost his job and he's angry, he was a drunk, all these different things. And he sets fire to his home and he kills his 2 children that were inside. The fire leaves the wife like horribly disfigured. And her face kind of melts into this like long, stretched out, elongated kind of look. And it's super dark and charred looking because of the fire. And it looked similar to a donkey's head.
What in the hell?
And her hands got burned so badly that her fingers kind of either fused together or just burned off completely and left her with just like nubs that resembled hooves.
That is not how fires work.
It is.
You don't just burn into a donkey.
This is not the spontaneous combustion version. This is just like a super charred lady version.
Okay.
And then there's another version where the farmer and his family were struggling just to make ends meet. And then one day this guy comes by and he's like the son of some wealthy San Antonio merchant, and he cruises onto their property and he sees the family's donkey and he just starts like messing with it, like starts throwing stuff at it and starts hitting it with a stick.
What you just pull up and start beating somebody's donkey?
Well, because he's some like full of himself rich
really
guy.
Bad.
Starts beating on the the donkey's like, screw you, and it, tries to defend itself, and he bites the merchant's son.
Good donkey.
So the man gets super pissed, and he starts beating the donkey even more violently.
Oh, I hope it kicks him in the head.
Well, the donkey tried, and it starts crying and kicking, and the family hears this like noise that's happening, and they start rushing over to help. And the family then starts throwing rocks at the man to finally get him to stop.
Good.
But before after, they're throwing these rocks, and they didn't realize who this guy was, that he was some like fancy important
I don't
person.
give a fuck.
So before he leaves, he's like, I am, the son of this merchant, and I swear that I'm going to come back and get even with you.
Is that the end of that theory?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
So later that night, there's a group of men led by that merchant's son. They set the home on fire with torches, and they board the doors shut so the family can't escape. And just as the fire starters were about to leave, and watching the fire burn and everything, this woman, totally like engulfed in flames, jumps through a window and runs towards the group of men. She's the wife.
Okay.
And this is a quote from one of the sources. It says, "The woman's hands seemed to have been burned down to mere nubs, and her face appeared to have melted or sagged to the point that it was unnaturally long and deformed. The poor creature's clothes were gone, burned away, revealing skin charred completely black, yet somehow still on fire. The wretched creature that had once been a happy, sod-busting wife and mother let out a bone-chilling wail, and then staggered past the men and hurled herself off the bank and into the waters of Elm Creek. The criminal mob followed to the point from which she had launched herself into the black water, but saw no trace of her. Her body, it is said, was never found." So what do you think of that theory?
Okay, so I don't like that theory just because if some asshole is, one, trespassing on somebody's property, and two, harassing their donkey like randomly for whatever reason, I feel like a Texan would have put an end to that real quick. I don't think that somebody would have been able to come back. Like, they're in Texas. That's trespassing.
Even
that's
in the 1800s?
I think even more so in the 1800s. You're fucking with my donkey on my farm. You're going to get a bullet in your ass. Like, that's not going to happen in Texas.
But they
really
were
don't
a
think so.
very poor family.
Too poor for bullets?
I don't know.
I don't like that one.
Okay. So what both of those theories have in common is that this woman, whether it was her husband, whether it was some angry mob, she was so severely burned that when her face and hands healed, all the skin had kind of like drooped and had this like saggy, baggy appearance. Her fingers either were gone or just were, stumps. And so either she's like grieving the loss of her children and the betrayal of her husband from the first theory, or she's, just seeking revenge on the men that burned her house and her family. She haunts that area near Elm Creek. And then she likes to torment those who try to cross that bridge.
Ooh.
So people have said that they see glimpses of her and have heard her wailing. Others swear that a donkey-like face has come up to their car window and screamed at them.
That's horrifying.
When they get home, they find like hoof-like indentations on their car because she likes to like pound on cars. And so what people do is they like park either on the bridge or like close near it, and they honk your horn a bunch of times, and this pisses her off. So you kind of taunt her. You honk your horn, you call for her, and you're kind of asking for it.
Yeah.
And this one guy, he told the story that his best friend told him. And it was like these two young boys, they're out on a camping trip with their dad, and they find a spot to set up camp. And the boys the dad tells the boys to like unload the trunk while he starts like clearing an area to pitch the tent. So what? Shut up. As soon as I said it.
Okay, sorry.
While unloading the truck, one of the boys like hear this rustling noise in the weeds, just kind of nearby the truck. And he tells his brother, who also heard it and then got scared and called for their dad. So together, the three of them are kind of like listening and trying to figure out what this noise is. And they can watch like the weeds and like the tall grass move as if like an animal was creeping through it. So then they heard this like strange like snorting sound followed by a high-pitched snarl. And the father, no, it's a snort and then it's a high-pitched snarl. So do that. Do a snort.
That's not a donkey, though. That was my snort. That was the best snort I could give you.
Now do a high-pitched snarl.
But like in a donkey voice?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hey, that was
like
really
that?
good. But
that's
now
not
snort.
really a snarl.
No, a snarl is more like a... No, that's like a growl.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. What's a snarl sound like? And what is it? Okay, see, that would scare the shit out of me if I heard a donkey making that noise.
But they don't really know it's a donkey because they can't see it yet. They're just seeing the movement and they hear those sounds. The father, who, like you said, is a true Texan, is familiar with animals and wildlife and hunting.
And guns.
Has never heard sounds like this before. And he's like, get in the truck. So the boys hop in the truck. The dad picks everything up, throws it in the back of the truck, gets in, and he's kind of like watching out of the corner of his eyes as he's packing stuff in. And he sees the weeds moving and the movement getting closer and closer to the area where they were. So the dad finally gets in the truck. He starts it up and starts driving toward the road. And just as he was turning off the dirt camp area, something jumped out of the grass and ran directly in front of the truck. So
That's
he
not
slams.
a good place to be.
No, not at all. So instinctually, did I say that right? Instinctually.
Yeah, you just said it a little slurred. That's okay.
He slams on his brakes, and this ghostly, disfigured creature jumps onto the hood of his truck and starts screaming at them through the windshield. All three, the two boys and the dad, said it was the ugliest and scariest thing they had ever seen, describing it as a donkey-like but more humanish, is what they say. So this figure, it continues to scream at them and beat on their truck as they drive, and it beat so hard that it broke the windshield in many places.
I would think that you would just like gun it and then do a really quick hard right and send it flying.
So you're a pretty good, guess as to what you should do if a human-like donkey creature jumps on your car. Because the dad guns it and then slams on his brakes as hard as he can, causing the creature to slide off. As soon as it was off, he puts the truck in drive again and then just takes off. But as he drove off, he continued to look in his rearview mirror and he could see it chasing them. When they got home, their truck not only had a broken windshield, but it also had scrapes and dents on the hood. So it wasn't like they could, just make up some story unless like they hit a donkey.
That just made me have a childhood flashback.
Tell me about it.
This is something, and it's kind of funny because I can't imagine my dad doing this now, but a long, long time ago when we were really little and we would drive down the driveway to get home, and Mom would have Thunder out, like just loose. Thunder, her dog, big dog.
Oh yeah, people should
out loose. And he would drive down the driveway and he would reach his hand outside of the window and hit the side of the door, like going like
thump thump.
Thump thump, like he ran over the dog, and he thought it was a really funny joke to make it sound like he ran over the dog. Do you remember this at all, Amari?
No, you're right, but he still, to this day, if we're driving and he is like anywhere near our car, he'll slam on the car and go, oh, my foot, like total dad joke.
Yeah, I guess
He
that's
still
more of
does
a dad
that.
joke than like making a joke about, I ran over the family dog.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I haven't thought about that in like 20 years, but
bringing back memories. So here's another story from a group of friends. and they go out and see if they can find the donkey lady. Like, that was their goal, was to find the donkey lady.
Real quick, the last story, when they flung it off and everything, did they just like take off?
Yeah, they left.
Okay.
And the dad could watch this creature like chasing after their truck.
Okay.
Like, still running after them.
Damn. Okay.
So, group of friends, and I can totally relate to this. I remember going like in high school or even college and going, okay, let's go to Rose Avenue and see if we can find the lady in white. Or let's go to Scary Dairy. You know, like, we did stuff like that. So I can totally relate to this. You know, there's nothing else to do on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Let's go find the donkey lady.
We went to Scary Dairy, and then we also looked for the Billy Whack Goat Man.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, shoot. What was the lady on Rose, her name?
Lady in White. Oh, La Reina.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So this friend group, they're like, they were dedicated, because it says after about 6 hours, the car comes back to another friend's home. But instead of having all of the friends in the car, it only had the driver and not the rest of the people in it.
Uh-oh.
So this one guy that lived at the house, he comes outside to meet which he thinks the group, and he says like, oh my gosh, where did everybody go? He's talking to the driver, and he sees that the driver's windshield is broken and the front grille is dented, and there appears to be blood on the hood. And the driver, he seems to be in like a total daze. So when the friends at the house, they finally get him to talk, he said that the 3 other friends and him were at the bridge, and they parked, and they started honking their horn and yelling for the donkey lady like you're supposed to do. And they do this for about 15 minutes, and then they're like, let's just go out and start searching for her.
Oh, no.
So when they're searching, the driver said he got the feeling someone was watching them, and he starts looking around, which, you get that paranoia, you get those adrenalines, you get that like, ooh, I'm spooky, I'm scared kind of feeling. But then he says that's when he saw what looked like 2 shiny eyes staring at him and his friends. The girls that he was with started to run back to the car with the driver following behind them, because they see it too. As he was running, he heard a scream coming from the direction of where he saw the eyes. He said he was too scared to turn around to see exactly what it was making this noise, but as soon as he gets back to the car, the girls were already inside, and they were just screaming at him to go, like, get out of here. So he starts scrambling to find his keys, and he could hear the sounds of what he described as a horse running. He got the car going, and just as they were driving away, he slammed into a figure that just appeared before their car. The figure hit his hood, slammed onto the windshield, and rolled over the top of the car. He kept driving and looked into the rearview mirror and swears he saw the creature chasing them.
Wait, so he hit the donkey lady?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like invincible. It just keeps on going.
It's kind of what it sounds like.
Whoa, okay. Wait, okay. But didn't you say he got back all by himself?
He took the girls home because they were just so freaked out.
Okay,
He's like, they were so scared.
Oh, I thought he like ditched them and left them behind and
he
took
was
off without
like
them.
A true gentleman and made sure that he was behind them while they were running in front and got in the car. So here's a ripple.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
So today, the donkey lady is a little more modern. You don't even have to go to the bridge to have a talk with her.
Can we talk to her here?
All you have to do is call this number.
Oh my God.
So,
really?
We're going to do it. We'll have to put a little pause on the podcast because it's very difficult to hear even on like a phone. So putting it up to the mic is going to be hard. But the number is, do you have your phone?
Yeah.
I'm going to give the number out.
You want me to dial it?
Yeah, you can do it on your phone.
My phone's almost dead.
Oh, do you want to use mine?
Sure.
Okay. The number is 1-210-960-3826. Here you go.
Please state your name after the tone, voice will try to connect you.
Say your name.
I don't want to give my real name. Oh, I guess it's going to go anyway. Does it normally take this long to ring?
Mm-hmm.
She's a really busy donkey lady.
She is.
Oh, you have a low battery too.
It's okay.
She must be really popular.
My shadow is a separate thing. My shape is dripping stalactite, prancing hands like whose I am. Uncle Humpo got it.
Oh, she's a goddess.
I know the poses. Mestiza, linda, earth, sky, free, chicken fry, and
Ooh,
sweet
I want some fried
tea.
chicken with waffles.
San Antonio, I am the donkey lady. Maybe we've met before. Call back and hear more than my cuento. Where I dish all the cheese.
Oh, she hung up on me. Well, that was terrifying.
Okay, so like I said, it's very hard to hear or understand. Give a little recap from what you did get.
Well, it almost sounded like there was multiple voices. There was like one main voice, and then there was kind of like some background voices that were kind of overlapping, so it made it even more difficult to hear.
Mm-hmm.
But she almost sounded kind of like voodoo sounding.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
And she just said it random things. What, like earth, sky, chicken fried. She did say San Antonio. So
She did.
That's about all I got from it. I mean, it was just like super creepy sounding.
Super, like at first, it's real eerie, right?
It is. I don't know why she wants to know our name.
I think she has a Google phone, and I think that's the way she has it set up.
Well, I'm glad that she's like up to date with technology and everything. I'm
Yeah.
happy for her. Maybe
Yeah.
she can get like a Instagram account or something.
She probably could get a lot of followers. So from midnight of October 31st through November 6th, people could call that number, and they'd hear a 45-second message that told her story. I wish I would have known about that then. So I guess like each night she would just tell like one part, and then like the next night it would continue. So it was like a series.
I love that.
Super cool. And it like did a comparison of like her time to modern day San Antonio. I thought it was so cool.
That is super cool.
So they'd hear, the callers would hear this pre-recorded message, and it updated daily through election day, which I thought was very strange. So some people say that it was like there was some like political statement somehow in there.
Interesting.
I didn't hear that part, so I can't really have much to say on it.
I wonder if we can find it somewhere.
The recordings?
Yeah.
Maybe.
We'll have
But
to look for it.
then every Saturday through December 31st, this was going to continue. So supposedly this is going to, even that one little funny message will end on the 31st. But I don't know. Maybe if they get enough calls, it'll continue.
Yeah, we'll have to give it another shot.
So the lady that's doing these recordings, her name is Maricela Barrera. And
The
she's
donkey lady? Are you telling me that that's not the real donkey lady that we just talked to?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the total. Maricela Barrera is totally the real donkey lady. Uh-huh. She's a performance artist, and she says she's had personal contact with the donkey lady.
Oh.
So what's that called? Like a person.
Medium, kind
Yeah.
of?
Like she has the spirit of the donkey lady in her.
Inside of her.
And this is a quote. It says, she wants to be part of referring to the donkey lady. She wants to be part of the dialogue in San Antonio, her hometown. She loves the city, and she just wants to share her presence, her vision, and her observations of the good versus evil in our community. And then it says, whether the donkey lady has taken on a political bent in time for this election season is unknown, but she is no doubt a feminist, Barrera said, considering the negative experiences she's had with the city's male elite. So, despite what happened to the donkey lady, Barrera says that, the donkey lady is funny. She's someone like you would refer to as like your tia or your auntie or your abuela, or your grandma. She says she's really all of us. And then another little mini ripple. There was a Texas brewery named Texas Brewing Company that brewed a beer named the Donkey Lady. And it was an apple sour.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I tried to like look it up to see if maybe we could buy the sour locally. But it looks like the brewery either closed or maybe just moved locations, maybe changed their name. I don't know. I couldn't find it or where to purchase the beer. But I printed out a picture of the label to show you. And I know it's black and white, so it's kind of hard to see. But how cool is that label?
Oh, that's awesome. So it's
you see the bridge in the background.
Yeah, it's like she's walking down. It's not a fully covered bridge, but it has like that scaffolding looking stuff that goes across the top of it, and it's like she's coming towards you, but she's wearing like a little red riding hood cloak thing. It's super creepy looking. She doesn't look like a donkey. I think it's kind of mean that people are calling her a donkey. I could see why she'd be pretty pissed off by that. That's not very nice.
And if you're taunting her and honking your horn, like, just leave her alone.
Seriously, that's pretty messed up.
Leave the donkey lady alone.
Right?
So that's my story of the donkey lady.
That's pretty cool. It is very much like our Billy Whack guy. I feel like they would be friends.
Donkey lady, Billy Whack Goat Man.
Yeah.
I mean, they both have 4 legs.
She's
and a tail.
Poor woman that got burned in a horrible domestic violence.
Well, the Billy Whack Goat Man isn't really a goat.
You know, he's a government experiment.
Yeah. So, do you have a last thought and a shot for me?
I do.
And do you have a song to sing me? Because you promised me you'd sing me a song.
Yeah, I absolutely will. Let me just pull up my story. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. That was really loud, wasn't it?
How about, Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
There can be cowboys anywhere, though.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's not like a really true Texas
song.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was really good.
Okay, so that was my last thought and a shot song.
I like it.
So, Rosa, you have 2 lovely dogs.
I do.
Have they ever brought anything home to you as a little gift when they go out on their adventures?
Other than the smell of skunk, because they got sprayed by a skunk just a few nights ago.
Both of them?
Oh, yeah. It was horrible. It was horrendous. It was so bad. And it was, late at night. So it was cold outside. And they stunk. They stunk.
Where was the skunk?
Out in our backyard.
Oh, well, that's kind of unavoidable.
Yeah, it was horrible. Have they brought me home? No. If they kill something, they eat it. They're disgusting animals. I love them so much, but they're gross.
Yeah. Ash just brought me a squirrel once. That was really nice of her. But other than that, I think they typically chomp it down before they get home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me tell you about a Texas dog who brought home a beautiful gift for its human. Dog, and this is from the Houston Chronicle. Dog finds human skull in Northwest Houston wooded lot.
Oh my gosh.
And this was back in June, so it's a little bit of an old story. But
like of this year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not that old.
But
mine was in the 1600s or 1800s. I got you beat.
I think it's worth revisiting. And I wonder if there's like any updates from this. But this article says, authorities combed a forested lot for skeletal remains Thursday after a dog found a human skull. A homeowner near the 1800 block of Ferndale Street near Furry Road.
Furry Road?
Furry Road, maybe.
Furry is way more fun.
Okay, so in Furry Road in Northeast Houston. Called police after the pup brought them a skull from the property thick with trees and garbage, Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez said. Investigators found more bone fragments and burn spots in the lot, the sheriff continued. Deputies that know the area very well say it's a very desolate, dark area. Oh, okay. Gonzalez said, there's not a lot of lighting out there, and as you can see, it's used in all kinds of dumping. Oh, that's a not very nice way of putting it. The medical examiner confirmed that the skull was human, and police are treating the investigation as a possible homicide. Yeah, I'd hope so.
Yeah, there's a human skull just randomly out there with bone fragments and burn spots. Yeah, let's look into it a little bit more.
Oh, maybe it was spontaneous combustion.
Or maybe it was the donkey lady.
It could have been. Does
Maybe.
she visit Houston often?
I don't know, but she burned.
Oh, that's very true. So it says, we don't know if there's foul play involved yet. I would wager to think that there was.
It's a good possibility.
Yeah, or maybe it was like a meth explosion.
Okay.
Who knows? Gonzalez said, adding that the person could have died from natural causes,
Nope.
like spontaneous combustion.
Right. Totally natural.
The lot where the skull was found is wedged between a neighborhood of trailer homes and the Whispering Pines landfill. Is that your Whispering Pines?
Yes.
Yeah, so there you have it. I don't know if anything has come of it, but I don't know.
No, my dogs have never brought me a human skull.
But what if they did?
Oh my gosh. Sickly.
You would be excited.
I would be so excited.
Oh, yeah, I think I'd be pretty horrified. Do you know what has been showing up in my house? I actually need to, I don't know, record this somehow. My house has, for the past, year since I've lived there, we keep getting teddy bears in our yard.
Oh, no. You're just now telling me about this?
I sent you pictures, when we first moved in. I'll take a picture. We'll put this on Instagram.
That is way creepier than a human skull.
There's teddy bears. And as Rosa knows, I don't live in a neighborhood.
No.
I live on a mountain. And there's a 1-lane road.
That's a good, mile?
Yeah, it's a mile from the gate to my house.
Mm-hmm.
That's completely, I don't know. What would you describe that as? Desolate, private,
Yeah.
secluded?
You can't even get through the gate, first of all, without a code. And then to get to your house, because there's some other houses randomly splattered in there, but you have to go up that second hill to your house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have neighbors. I have trees around me.
Right. And fires.
And teddy bears.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How many
teddy
do you
bears.
think?
I think we've had 3 teddy bears since I've moved in. They show up in my yard. I have a theory.
Okay.
Do you want to hear it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Because I don't think it's ghost children. I think what happens is there might be a hawk nest or an owl's nest or roost or somewhere near my house. And I think they pick up teddy bears
And they drop
thinking
them?
that they're something they can eat. And then once they bring them home, they realize they can't eat it.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Because birds have a really strong sense of smell. And they can smell something that is or was alive versus something that was human made.
Birds are really good at smelling?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
I
thought they had really great eyesight.
they have really great eyesight
Like
too.
Hawkeye.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, I know buzzards have an amazing sense of smell. They can
That's
smell like
true.
something dead miles away.
Mm-hmm. So ghost children.
Oh, absolutely, ghost children.
That's what you're going with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. If you have any theories as to why there's random teddy bears showing up in my yard, let us know on Instagram.
Yeah, shoot us a message. We are at RipplePod on Instagram. We are the Ripple Podcast on Facebook. Or you can shoot us an email at theripplepodcast@gmail.com. Also, we would love it if you we would love it if you would subscribe to our podcast, rate us, review us.
Only 5 stars, though. If you are planning on giving us any less than 5 stars, just you take it somewhere else.
Yeah, we don't need that negativity in our life.
Exactly.
Just give us 5 stars. We need it. We need that little boost in our ego.
Yes,
And
definitely.
then
I need validation.
Tell some friends about us so we can get some new listeners and some new love. And
Hey, and if you have any burning questions for us, we're going to do our Q&A episode coming up here pretty soon.
right,
For episode 50. I don't know when that is, but I think it's coming up.
really soon.
Yeah.
Really soon.
So
Our
any
number
question.
50. So send us your question. Ask us what we like to do in our free time. Ask us if we could go anywhere, where would we go? Ask us if we could solve any unsolved mystery, what one would we solve?
Yeah.
All
Any
those
one
things.
of those. All of those things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, do you want to pull your theme for next week?
Yes. Let me grab, I'm going to pick my place first.
Okay.
We have, international again. We're going to France.
Yay, I've been there.
Hey, I didn't even know we had listeners in France.
We've got some great listeners. We should update I think we need to update our international list.
Too, but that's pretty cool. I didn't know we had French listeners.
Thank you,
That's awesome.
France.
Thank you.
French. Parlez-vous français?
What does that mean?
Do you speak French?
Oh, no.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Do you want to sleep with me tonight?
No.
Okay.
Also no. Both of those, no. Let me grab my topic. It is going to be medical oddities.
Again.
Yeah, we've done that a bunch, huh?
I mean, do it because you pulled it. But just throwing this out there, let's take out medical oddities and then we'll pull until like we cycle through.
That's a good idea because we've done medical oddities quite a few times now. I don't know why that one keeps getting pulled.
And paranormal.
And then paranormal we've done a lot. And I don't think we've done anything.
Conspiracies in there. We haven't done that lately.
We haven't done that one. We've done strange history like once.
Mystery we've done a few times.
Yeah.
We need to like make it more even.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I like that idea.
So do your medical oddities.
Yes.
But we'll take it out and then we'll just continue pulling from now on and then cycle through.
I like it.
Cool.
You guys got some behind the scenes podcasts.
This is how we do things. Spur. In the moment. It stresses Angela out. She starts itching.
Do you know what else stresses me out a lot? So I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but Rosa runs pretty much all of the technology side of it. And one week we'll have like the title of the episode will be like episode 32 and then dash medical oddities from France. And then the next week it'll be like I don't know, just like some random ass title that you made up. And then the week after that, it will.
There's no consistency.
No, there's nothing at all. Like sometimes it says the subject, sometimes it just has a weird name.
Sometimes it has an episode number.
It has
sometimes
an episode
it doesn't.
Right, exactly.
Oh, she gets so mad at me for that.
It really, like, you're exactly right. It like makes my skin crawl.
It's so funny.
I just try not to look at it.
It's so funny. Okay. Well, thanks for listening, everyone, and we will see you next week. But until then, don't forget to be a fountain.
And not a drain.
Bye.